Okay, so where I last left off was telling y'all how I just wanted them to fix what was going on with me, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted to be back to my normal self. I wanted to be able to walk without falling to the floor. I was finally able to schedule an appointment with my primary. And he wanted an MRI done. And I was scheduled for one the next Thursday. So he told me, well, I'll see you 3 days after you get that done for the results, and we'll discuss what's going to happen after that. The appointment with him was on a Friday. I was in so much pain. I tried. But on Monday, I called and explained to them what was going on. They asked if I could come in that same day. I did. And I explained to them what was going on, that everything was getting worse. I was not able to stand up at all. And the pain was just so bad. So he ordered for me to go to an ER that I guess he worked with in El Campo. And when I got to this ER, well, before I got to the ER, my father-in-law took me. I was in so much pain the whole way there. I had to get from a wheelchair to into the car. And he couldn't help me. He's older. He's like, I don't know how I can help you. And I just told him, I got it. And I fought hard to get myself into the vehicle because I knew I needed to get to the emergency room my doctor was sending me to, so I can figure out what was going on with me. I hurt myself getting into the car. Well, I think it's like a Yukon or something like that. It hurt really, really bad. I slipped so many times. My back, it just got worse and worse, to the point where by the time I got in finally, I was in so much pain. I was screaming and crying, and every bump that he hit, every little movement killed me. So we get to the ER. I give him the note. My father-in-law takes a note inside that my doctor wrote and takes it inside. Then he comes out with the nurse in a wheelchair. And while I'm trying to get out of the car, my legs go completely limp and I crumble all the way and almost fall and hit my face on the concrete. I almost completely went forward. If it wasn't for that nurse, the nurse, she kind of like pushed me into the vehicle to save me from completely falling. But that would have been really, really bad. And, you know, she helped me into the wheelchair, takes me inside. I'm still crying, and they end up laying me flat on my back, and me being on my back, me laying, period, was the worst thing I could ever do. Like, me trying to lay down, even on my side, was killing me. So I was screaming and crying, and they ended up heavily medicating me, so that way I would sit still for the CAT scan. And the medication that they gave me kind of leaves your system really, really fast. So it was enough to get me through the CAT scan, but not enough to actually help me be okay. Because shortly after I had my CAT scan, maybe 10-15 minutes later, I was in excruciating pain again. They didn't want to give me anything. And literally one of the nurses pretty much came in and told me to pretty much shut up, because they had other patients there. A nurse of the ER was telling me to be quiet and to stop screaming. And she literally said, "We all know what you're here for. Screaming like that's not going to get you what you want." I got pissed off. I wanted to just beat the crap out of her, because I was so tired of people just looking at me and you know, they see my lip rings, they see my gauges, they see my hair color, and they think I live a certain type of lifestyle. But that's far from the truth. They called my father-in-law into the ER. They literally sent a nurse out to the car to bring him inside, because he was outside in the car. And they tell him that I'm faking. Pretty much that I was a junkie just trying to get pain medication. I don't know how he took it, or if he believed them, or what. But I found out afterwards that that's what he was told. And I had heard them calling to find out where the father-in-law was of that patient, you know. I thought they had found something really bad, you know. And I was just waiting for them to come in to give me some really bad news. Like, life-threatening news, you know, is what I was expecting. They didn't come in until about, I want to say, almost 2 hours later. The doctor came in with the nurse. She had medications, and she started pumping them into my IV. And I don't even remember what they gave me, but I know that the doctor was looking at me. He had this look of regret on his face, and he goes, "You have a abscess in your lower lumbar between your last two vertebrae, right above your tailbone." And from the MRI that I had seen from the neurosurgeon that told me I just had a bulging disc and needed physical therapy and pain management. When I saw that image that he showed me on the video call, it was like that big of a mass. And that was like literally almost 2 weeks before I had went into the ER. So I'm pretty sure it was much bigger. And that's probably why I was unable to walk or stand. I got really scared because, you know, you hear some things in your spine and you know they're going to have to go in. And my mother had her back surgery at 25. I believe I said that in the last video. But watching her recover from back surgery, yeah, it's not the same type of surgery, but surgery on your back is surgery, and I knew the recovery was going to be hell. I just didn't think it'd be as bad as it was.